Welcome back, everyone. Now that we have our models, repositories, and services set up, it's time to create our controllers to glue everything together. So let's create a new package called controllers. And inside of that package, we'll create a new class called Books API. And in here, we're going to have a private final book service. And let's create a shortcut. Let's using fields. There we go. Okay. Now we have our service, and of course we need to annotate this controller. And for now, we'll be using the REST controller, and we'll be learning how to implement the views soon. So don't worry about that, but we just need the REST controller for now. Okay. So I'm gonna copy and paste some methods, and I'll explain exactly what's going on for each method. So this actually should be a list of books. Okay, so this index method would return the book service.allBooks, which in turn calls this method, which returns the find all, which calls this method and returns all the books for me. Okay. Now next, I'm gonna copy and paste a post method, which goes to /API/books, the post request, and request parent for the title, description, language, and the number of pages. And notice that I get this error right here that the new book constructor does not take these arguments. So what I'm gonna do now, just to make my life easier, I'm gonna go to the book model and create a new constructor which has everything but the created at and updated at, and they'll go right after the book constructor. So there we go. I don't need all these right here. I just need the title, just need the description, just need the language, and the integer, and the number of pages. Don't need super, and there we go. So now I have a constructor that my books API could call, which will create a book, and then we call the book service create book method, passing that book, which then calls the save method from the book repository. Next, we'll return a specific book via the ID. So in my books API, I'm gonna return a specific book with a path variable, and we should be able to either see the book or see nothing. Now, how are we gonna test this code? If this is an API, there's no front end or client side browser to access this code. So we're gonna use a program called Postman. So if I go to my Chrome browser right now, actually, I could go to localhost 8080/API/books, and I get an empty array, which is fine. But instead of using the browser to make this request, I'm going to use Postman, which will allow me to send post requests as well and just see the information a little bit easier. So if you go to Postman download, you should be able to download the app, choose whichever operating system you're on, and download it. I already have it downloaded, so I have it right here. It's loading. And let's just make requests. It's very simple. So here, I could just write my API request. So localhost/books, I could write send, and then it gets the request, and I get a empty array, which right now I don't have any books. So let's create a post request. So I change it to post. It's still localhost 8080/API/books, right? But now I have to pass the title, the description, the language, and the number of pages. So let's do that. So in the post, the body, we want to use form URL encoded, and I'm gonna copy and paste Harry Potter. So the title is Harry Potter. The description is a boy wizard saving the world. The language is English, and the number, let me see how I'm catching that. It's just pages. So the pages is 309, and I'm not sure if it's 309. I just made that up. Now let's send that post request, and it looks like I added the book successfully. Now if I go back to my original GET request and send it over, now here I get an array of objects. Perfect. So let's create another book. Let's send another post request. And now if you click on bulk edit, I could actually just type in a little easier. So I'll add the Great Gatsby, and then let's add this guy for the description. The book is also in English, and 180. Let's send that post request. It looks good. Let's go to our original GET request, send it over. Now we have 2 books. Let's do one more. So let's go to body. Let's add Moby Dick. The Saga of Captain Ahab. It's also in English, and 544. Send it over, and beautiful. I get this. Now if I go to post, I get the GET request, send it over. Now I get 3 books. Also, let's check our database. Let's refresh our query to get all the books, and there we go. We have 3 books in our database as well. Perfect. So everything is working correctly. Now let's do the very last one to retrieve the correct book by the ID, right? So that's just a GET request to /1, send, and I get Harry Potter. /2, send, I get Great Gatsby. 3, send, and Moby Dick. And 4, send, and I get nothing. So everything is working correctly. Now your next tab is an assignment. So your assignment is to implement the update and delete methods for this book's API.